Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining me. Just out here at the fig farm today, going to be working on some of your orders that you guys placed and just checking things out. But yeah, beautiful day. Wait for some more people to hop on here. Man, blue skies, beautiful out. So I'm going to be working on some of the cuttings orders here. Let's see. All right, so I've got some of the varieties here I need to cut for orders. Get my pruning shears ready. Hey Osmont, how are you? My paint pen. All right. So these are some of the varieties that I'm going to be pruning today. So basically, I'll just get my my list. I bring it out here, and I prune everything fresh. So these orders, these all came in last night, and I will start pruning them today. Once again, thank you guys for joining. I know this is last minute, something that was not planned, but I just had the I just had a feeling today would be a good day for a live. I don't do too many on Facebook. My account was messed up for a while for something in the algorithm. I don't know, but I could do lives now. But hey Bethany, how are you? But yeah, so today I'm going to prune some of these trees a little bit for orders, and yeah, kind of maybe go through some of the varieties, a little bit of education. If you guys have any questions, doing good, Rick, thank you. If you guys have any questions you want to ask me, go for it. I am setting aside this time today to have you guys come along on kind of what I do. Some of you may or may not know, but we are a fig farm in Fresno, California, Zone 9B. Our company name is Pro Fig, and it is winter time and the trees are dormant. They are very dormant. We've been having low 30s at night. It was 32 last night, I believe. And the trees look really, really healthy. But I mean, I'll show you guys some good things and some bad things too. So, like, I have a mulberry that got out of hand that is in the center of this tree. It just got too big, too fast, and it goes all the way up. So I have to remove this, but how in the heck am I gonna remove that? Like, really, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know, because this tree, this is a Sang, so you can see it, it's like a dead center. What in the heck am I supposed to do? Look at it, it goes all the way up. It's been one of those projects that I've put off, which I shouldn't have, but I just did. But yeah, that's a mulberry. That's no good. So we're an organic farm, fig farm, and as you can see, we don't use any chemicals. So we have a company that maintains all the property. and you'll see poofs of Bermuda. This is what we deal with, is Bermuda grass. But some of it's not bad, but some of it gets pretty bad like this. So we just have to live with it. So when you guys come and buy our figs, you know that nothing's been sprayed on them. We don't use anything. Love to know a favorite late season fig. Oh, you have to have Tia Pena. Tia Pena's right here. Tia Pena is by far one of the best. Has like a cherry flavor to it. Look, it's actually got a. Let's see if there's anything in it. No, it's undeveloped. But yeah, Tia Pena definitely. Look how big these cuttings are. You can see where I cut this. See the size. Everything is really, really healthy. So that's one of the nice things is these in-ground trees. You're going to get nice, healthy cuttings. Look at this branch. So yeah, Tia Pena, Del's Armatans too is over here. Another one that's really late, but does great in zone 9B, because we have a different environment. It's you really want those late season figs. It's important. A lot of people don't know that. Is when it's 85, 90 degrees, they ripen really well, and they're really, really good. So yeah, here's Del's Armatans right here. Haven't really pruned it much yet. I'm gonna only lightly prune it this year. But this is a variety from Spain. It has a really good berry flavor, and it's late ripening. So we were picking this one in October, November. Once we get to December, it's too cold and they just don't taste that good. All these trees are about they're in their third season. Yeah, third season. But prior to them being planted, most of these were in 5 gallons. They were in 5 gallons. Look how big some of them are. But they grow really, really well out here. Some were in 5 gallons. So let's look at Cali Candy. So this is one I haven't released. Look how big this tree is. But I will someday. This is our best producer for figs. But it's a really weird variety. Is that we're still trying to figure out if it's a common fig, if it's not. But it's taken years to hold its figs, and we have the fig wasp. So it's a seedling that was found, it's a little inconsistent. So I didn't sell it. I didn't give it out. I didn't do anything with it because we're gonna patent it because the fig's so good. It's a small fig, small to medium, but it tastes has a really punchy flavor, like a berry tart flavor. It's really good. If you've ever had our fresh figs, it's usually in the mix. But yeah, it's one that I think we'll probably consider to start selling with the possibility it may be a Smyrna. We're not really sure, but I think I've sent it to a few people to try. But that was last year. When rooting, what are your opinions on rooting to a 12-ounce cup to a tall tree pot when roots look good, or would you go directly into a gallon bucket? I feel like a 12-ounce cup in a tall tree pot, you're not really doing much. I know one year I did all like 12-ounce cups. I know I went to Walmart and bought like 5 big packs of those 12-ounce clear cups. Hey Ben, and I know I remember now. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of those 12-ounce cups, and they went into gallon pots after. They went into gallon pots. I'm just trying to remember. I know I had issues with you just have to be careful with the roots on the side walls of those cups, that they don't like rot, you know, like set up against that plastic too moist of the cup, and rot. And I recommend maybe putting foil around the cups if you're going to have them near a sunny window or something, because I feel like the condensation, so let me just tell you, so the condensation from the sun heating up the plastic heats up the roots and causes failure of the roots, just root rot. That's what I think, because I've noticed it. So if you're gonna do the cups, cover them up, the bottoms, and yeah, cover them up, so keep them out of the sun. I really feel like it keeps down the condensation on the outsides of the cups, which will keep those roots looking for water, right? Like not sitting in water. Hope that makes sense. Hey Lou, this is last minute once again. Thank you guys for joining. I decided to do a live out of the blue. I've been wanting to do one. It's a perfect time of the year. Once again, we're in Fresno, California, Zone 9B, and it is beautiful out right now. It's going to be mid-60s today. It was 32 last night. The trees are dormant completely, and they are healthy, and we've only pruned some. It's been a little bit different this year. So since we sell fresh figs and cuttings, for us, we leave the maximum amount of wood on the trees. So that's why when you guys order from me, I cut them fresh, because I don't pre-cut anything, because I don't want to store anything, because that wood will be used to sell fresh figs from. So that's kind of how that works. And so we get these odd branches. There's so much to do. Like this branch right here is coming down off the bottom. This is ridiculous. It needs to be removed. So I'll remove that. This tree is really cool right here, the shape. This is Villa Rosa. Look at that. Love that shape of it. Okay, grafting. When grafting, can I put late season fig to mid season fig? So with grafting, it's going to be all about the top half, the graft, the variety you're grafting on, the scion that you're grafting. It's going to use those traits. So as far as when it ripens, so like if you put a Hardy Chicago in ground and you graft, hey Christian, if you graft onto a Hardy Chicago, it doesn't get any of those like traits. It's not going to change anything or make it early. Like say you do Black Madeira, it's still going to be a late fig, but it's going to get some of that, basically the energy from the rootstock, all that clean rootstock. That's why you want a vigorous variety as a rootstock, so it'll grow bigger and faster. So like Bordeaux Negra Ramada, like, sorry, this one, but here's one of my Bordeaux Negra Ramada trees right here. Sorry, it's like not the best, but you see the trunk's really big, but it's grafted. This is a grafted tree right here, and it does really well. It produces a lot of figs, but it still stays pretty small. Now I have one at my house on its own roots, and it's like 15 foot tall. It's huge. So sometimes you get lucky and get a good cutting that's healthy. Just with the like Black Madeira, you know, if you have a very clean cutting, the tree usually grows pretty vigorous. Birds and squirrels. Well, I'm out here every day, and the friggin' doves, I'll show you. Yeah, the doves will sit on all these power lines up here. There's power lines. And they'll come in here and cause havoc, and so will the blue jays. But I will put bird netting on some of the trees. But usually, and they did a number on one of them last year, Natalina Ficus-Sereno. They went in there and they were just wrecking shop on those figs. Like big old yellow honey figs, poking holes in them. And so we did get a few cats. There's a few cats out here to help keep them down. And they do help, because there was a lot of feathers out here. They did get some, but they do get their fair share. This is something you deal with. I can't put a booming cannon out here, bird cannon out here like Harvey. So I do put the tape, the silver shiny reflector tape on. I do put that on the trees. We'll tie that probably a couple more months, and we'll put it all over the reflecting tape. That helps a little bit, but then they catch on. So it's just management. You know they're gonna get some, but honestly it's probably less than 1%. So yeah, I'd rather use my time on other things, but just accepting the fact that they're gonna get some, but the more I'm out here, the more they stay away. So today I'm out here. I've got some cutting orders to do. So I basically just kind of write down the and that's kind of how I do it. And I'm really stressing on that mulberry tree over there. It's really annoying. I'm gonna have to work on that. So I have my friend David who's gonna come help me fix some trees out here. We need to move some trees. These trees out here are 8 foot. But that's our issue right there. That's a mulberry coming out the center of A. Sang, which is a really good variety. This is not good. This is not good. I don't know how we're gonna get that out. So we're gonna saw it, and then it's just gonna grow back from the roots. This might be potentially like start over, like dig up the tree from the roots, you know, dig up everything because it's dormant right now, and try to remove the roots of the mulberry. Maybe put this back in the ground, but what a nightmare that's gonna be. Yeah, that's not gonna be fun. So a mulberry tree right in the center of one of my really good varieties, but I do have an order for this right here. This variety is A. Sang. It requires pollination by the fig wasp. We got 1, 2, 3 buds, and so I'm just gonna go right here. Nice cutting right here. So let's see. So we have some annoying dogs out here too. Hopefully they'll be quiet. So he's saying his cuttings are big too. Someone told me that in-ground trees don't produce as much as potted. Well, here's the thing with that. That's false. But potted trees, they're probably talking about potted trees. They produce quicker. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the restriction of the roots in a pot, but they do produce a little quicker and a little bit earlier. So these trees produce like crazy. Almost all the varieties. Not all, but most. So, A. Sang. Okay, so we have the next one is going to be Cosmo Mano, which is over here. Cosmo Mano, one of my favorites from Montserrat Ponds. Okay, this is Cosmo Mano right here. So Menu. So this is a 2, 3, 4. Okay. Go. Nice big fat cutting right here. Cosmo. This is also my exercise, honestly. So I'm not the most efficient out here, and I do it for a reason. So I do a lot of walking because I've been doing so much like desk work lately, just packing orders, which is great, but I'm not really getting much exercise. So Cosmo. So these pens suck, by the way. They're just not that good. And I feel like they're worse this year. But I find that you just flip it around, when it will still, it's still not very good. So flip it around and then it works good. Cosmo Menu. Nice cutting. So in the box it goes. And then we have Italian 258. Hello everybody. If you guys are out there, could you just give me like some thumbs up or hearts or something? That'll hopefully get me into the algorithm. We can get new fig people. I feel like we've been gaining a lot of traction lately, getting new people involved in figs. Here is Italian 258. You guys should all have this variety, that's for sure. Great Breba and great main crop. It's an Italian, obviously Italian variety. It has a number called I-258 because it was found in Italy by Todd. I forgot his last name, but he gave them all number names. And he lost the paper that had all the names of them, so he just gave them numbers. That's why there's all these different number varieties. Anyways, can you guys give me some thumbs up, please, if you're there? That would be awesome. This variety, this branch is ridiculous. I might have to try to tie this one up, maybe stake it, sort of go up more upright. Let's see. So I see this like awkward branch right here. I'm gonna cut it down here. Sorry if I'm showing you grass, but hey Chris, John, hey everybody. There's that. Okay, and then we're gonna take this right here. Hello. All right, so let's go back over here. Do most of you guys grow Italian 258? You should. So this one, we cut. We're gonna hook them up. Okay, so these are all good size cuttings, 10-inch, 12-inch cuttings. Okay. These are I-258. One of my favorite. It really is one of my favorites too. I'm not just saying that. It's kind of like Black Madeira, but a little bit different. But definitely one you want to grow. Pretty cold hardy too. So I-258. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I am here to spread whatever knowledge I've learned to you guys, and you guys spread it to other people. I just have some cuttings coming today from a friend of mine. I'm actually pretty excited. They are some rare Algerian varieties that a guy has here in New York. So I'm going to test out those. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I-258 is one of those ones, you got to have it. Okay, so let's go to, I need Tia Pena. So Tia Pena is a very late variety from Montserrat Ponds. And it is one of my absolute most enjoyable varieties. Okay, so I think we're gonna leave this main big branch on right here. So Tia Pena also, I don't know, I'll show you guys some of this really quick. I'm gonna show you guys an example. See this thick pith? This is the pith. This variety of Tia Pena, every year, no matter what season, look at, they're still sap leaking. this pith is always really, really fat. Look at that. Okay, that's the pith. That's where all the, like, the nutrients go up and stuff. So let's hook. I'm gonna go with some big boys right here. And let's take a tip cutting. Some people prefer terminal bud cuttings. To me, it doesn't really matter. And if you do get a cutting with a terminal bud and you, for some reason, don't like those, you can just clip that little bud off, and it will not be an issue. So this is Pena. So this is why when people get my cuttings, they usually have really good success, because these are going to get mailed out today when I get done. I spend about 2 hours out here, and then I go home and pack them, and they get mailed out. So nothing's sitting around. Okay, so we got Pena. Let's see. Cadam Mutante. Okay. So I have like 3 of these trees here, and I have one over here. Hi Sue. Hey Brian, I have a volunteer tree in my yard. Any way to ID it for type? It's 2 years old. I'm not sure if I should keep it. Sue Jacoby Clovis. Hey Sue. So I'm going to give you a little rundown on volunteer figs. So volunteer figs are from seeds that are fertile, right? So here in the San Joaquin Valley, we have the fig wasp. The fig wasp pollinates the figs and makes the seeds fertile. That means they can grow into new trees. So bird droppings, animal droppings, you name it. You'll find them along fence lines and shrubs, random places. They pop up. A majority of the time, here, I'll show you. I'll give you a good example. Okay, so I'll go to our fence line over here and check this out. Okay, so these are all Japanese maples here that I'm storing to sell. So this right here, this is a volunteer fig. Okay, so this one, obviously, from a seed. This variety, this year put out a little yellow fig with red interior. So this is it makes edible fruit. A majority of the time, they're male figs, which is an inedible fig. Okay, so I'm gonna show you another one. This one right here. You see it coming from the base all the way up. This one hasn't fruited yet, but I'm gonna try it, leave it a little bit longer, and see what happens with it. So this is an example. These are volunteers. If you get lucky and find that one is really good when it fruits, your next step, if you intend on propagating it and selling it, in my case, I'm not too excited about those. You want to send the trees, make some trees from cuttings, and then you want to send some trees to people outside of the San Joaquin Valley or a lot of California, so they could test them. And if it ripens figs outside of our area, then it's a common fig. So that's how you do it. So, is it a new variety? Yes, it's a new variety. It's not anything that you're gonna find, because it has brand new genetics. It's got new parents. So it's a new variety. So if it turns out to be a good one, you could give it a name and then send it out to people to try to see if the figs will ripen outside of our area. I hope that makes sense. Remember, the San Joaquin Valley, other parts of California have the fig wasp. It occurs naturally. There are male fig trees all over the valley, and that's where they live, basically. And they pollinate our figs, and then they grow from the seeds. And they will not grow usually outside of our zone, but if they do, then that's like a home run fig, and especially if it's good. So hope that helped. So it's not, you can't ID it. All you could do is just say it's a new variety, and it's basically an observation period to see if it puts out an edible fruit, because it may be a male. It's about a 50-50 shot, realistically. Okay, Wally Rouge. Wally Rouge. I have two trees of Wally Rouge out here. I don't know, nobody's buying this fig, and it's an absolutely delicious fig. This is it right here. And I have one tree right here, and then one right here. But this fig right here is like a yellow-green color, and the interior is like a Cabernet color. It's just amazing. But I don't know, people just, maybe it's not promoted as much anymore. I don't know, but it's a really good fig. I don't mind leaving wood on the trees because the fig's so good. Customers love it. This is Wally Rouge from Theory. Okay, so I am really multitasking right now, so hopefully I don't lose all my stuff. How long until I would expect to see fruit? Well, you know, that topic is so debatable. Gosh, you get some of these guys that say, oh, it takes 7 years, 5 to 7 years to fruit these random seedlings. I don't think that's the case. The one that fruited that I discussed just a little bit ago, that was its second season. And from what I gather, the best way to, let me see. So the best way to grow those is to grow them as tall as possible. It seems like they like to be grown really tall. So I would let it get as tall as you can, and then if you don't notice any buds, any not buds, figs forming in let me see, like May, you could pinch the tree, all the tips, all these tips right here. Let me turn around. See these tips? So if you don't see, these already have, these are brevas forming already. Those little bumps are brevas. But if you don't have anything showing on your tree by May, you could just pinch these little tips off like that, and a lot of times it will force the tree to put out figs. So it's a little trick. It's called pinching, and it works really well with most varieties of figs, not all, but most. So I would try that. Okay, that's Wally Rouge. Esquia Black from UC Davis. I'll show you my Esquia Black tree. It's still a baby. Not in its age, but in its size. This tree is, I think, it's 8th season right now. And it's just like a dwarf. So this tree is really difficult to get it big. It really should be grafted. And I don't like cutting many cuttings off of it. So Esquia Black, this is from UC Davis. It used to be a very, very difficult variety to get, and it is heavily infected with fig mosaic virus. Usually, this one isn't bad, but some of them are. So this is Esquia Black. Okay, hey Maria. Sue, I hope that helped. Just one note on that is that I am going to be making a live grafting video tutorial coming up. It's going to be next Friday. I'll make some announcements, but I think you should watch because it's going to kind of go over what your situation where, like, you have this. So you have this fig tree that pops up in your yard, right? Like, so the fig tree pops up, and you're like, oh, okay, it's not in a bad spot. It's doable, right? Like, it popped up in a spot where it's like, okay, I can make it work. And then you get, let's say you get male figs. Well, you could graft that variety. You could graft onto it, especially if maybe it gets, the root system's a little too big for you to handle and pull out that tree. You could go ahead and start putting varieties on it, grafting varieties onto it. And I'll just give you a little example. I'm gonna show you like right here. So yeah, everything's on drip. Drip's the way to go. All right. So this is a big tree right here. This is Del Vespo. Okay, it's big. But I want to show you guys some of the grafts that I did. I don't know if the lighting's good enough you can see it. Let's see. There we go, that's better. These are, this is just a way that you can add varieties onto a fig tree where you're kind of like, might not be the best fig and it might be too big to move. Okay, so these are all, this Cosmo Mano, Feather River, Angel Rolo. I put San Biagio on here, Calderono de Miners. Look at this Feather River cutting. Look at big, look at that. These are second season. So you could do that with your tree, Sue. If it's in a spot that you want to keep it, otherwise dig it up after it fruits. And then, like, you know, I would dig up the ones along fence lines. Usually not going to do you any good. Hey, Robert. Okay, so let's see. We have Skia Black is done. And let's see. Okay, so Cree St. Jean. Let's go to Cree St. Jean. And I have a separate bag for Cree St. Jean because it's so popular. So I just have a bag here. So I'm going to go over to Cree St. Jean. Cree St. Jean's is getting better and better every year. Absolutely fantastic variety. Early. Breba's good. Breba's just as good as the main crop. This tree is... And I'll show you guys an issue tree too. Not everything is perfect out here. Okay, so here is... Ta-da! Here is Cree St. Jean from France. This is not from UC Davis. This is from France. This is an older tree right here. It's probably in its eighth season. Probably one of the trickier varieties to root. I know a lot of people have issues rooting it. Also, one thing about what's kind of unique, this wood on Cree St. Jean is very wrinkly and pointed. It's healthy, and it's very light. It doesn't have much weight to it. It's strange. Lots of, like, it looks ribbed kind of. So it's just a little different, but I've rooted it, but yeah, people have issues rooting it. So you can still see Brebas forming. So it's already starting, but I'm just gonna take some cuttings. Okay. Let's see. Some of these, like, inner branches. Some of the branches that kind of go towards the inside, you don't really want those. Like, you see this branch right here? Let me show you. Like this branch, there's no reason for it. This is like directly to the center of the tree. So we're just gonna remove it. Like that. And we got another one right here. Alright, so it's probably good because I know there's at least 10 orders of these. But this is a really healthy tree. It's so good too. And it's really early. It's one of my earlier figs, and it just seems to get earlier and earlier. But yeah, look. There's a Breba right there. On this spindly little branch. I try to put, Bethany, I try to put that in some of the listings, but our website I'm doing the best I can. It needs to be overhauled, like the descriptions, everything, because everything has changed so much. Just things change with figs. I just haven't had the time to do it. But I'm trying to make myself more accessible to people when they do shop on the website, so I can answer those questions for them until I spend a few days on updating everything. But so we got Cree St. Jean. Hi, Lindsay. All right, so we're just going through today and taking cuttings orders. Just so some of you already know, we cut everything fresh to order. That's why these cuttings root really well. It gives you guys a really good chance to get a tree out of these cuttings. Don't store any. So I have a unique operation, and that I could do that, which is cool. I'm very thankful for that. So that was Cree St. Jean. Okay, let's see, Bergen unknown. Let's see, Bergen unknown. What's interesting about that variety is that variety actually was in, hey Sean, Bergen unknown was a tree I discovered in somebody's yard. It was in a prime spot in their yard. Big, beautiful tree. One of the best figs I've ever had. And I got to know the owners of the tree, the house, became good friends. But they didn't plant it. Somebody else before them planted it. And we have not had any luck IDing the tree. So we don't know what variety it is. So it's on a street called Bergen. And whenever you discover a fig tree, and it was intentionally planted, you could tell. You can't just give it a random name. You need to give it an unknown, okay? So you need to give it like the street or the city with an unknown designation, because it doesn't have a name. So you give it an unknown name. Seedlings are different. Now, if it was a true seedling, then you can give it a name. But highly likely it was planted because it's in a perfect spot and it's huge and it was maintained very well. So we got Bergen unknown. And I know some of you are probably at work, so some of you will be dropping off as I kind of ramble on doing cuttings. But I thank you for joining. If you haven't yet, can you guys give me a thumbs up or some hearts or something that you guys are there? That'll just help me help this video to get new people into figs. I really feel like figs are getting popular again. I've had so many new people interested now. Actually, anything edible. Thank you. I appreciate it. Actually, anything edible you can grow, it's like a booming industry right now. It's crazy. So this is Bergen unknown. So I make sure I mark all these before I leave so nothing gets mixed up. It's so easy to mix them up. So easy. Okay, so Bergen unknown, and then we've got we've got Socorro Black. Okay, Socorro Black. How many trees do I have out here? I have like 200. But I have I've removed a bunch. Right now I have about 200, but I have like 25 holes ready. So I have lots of new varieties that I haven't even discussed because I just need to make sure they grow pretty. Like these little ones are all new varieties, but man, they're taking their time. So I have holes out here that I'm going to add new varieties. I have like 25 in-ground trees at our house, and Here's one of the blue jays. So yeah, I probably have like 225, something like that. That's perfect amount, but I could probably handle about 250 out here. And then I have lots of plans for potted plants to sell too, like just some of the standard varieties. Yeah, we have what was I looking for? Cadam. I think I got sidetracked. Oh, Cadam Roja right here. Here's one of my Cadam Rojas. I have 3 of these out here. Let me see. Okay. Cadam Roja. Let's see. Oh yeah, Socorro Black. Angelito. I have a tree at my house. And Irene's Black Greek looks exactly like Borges Show Grease. Violet Separative, all of them here. They all look the same. So I don't have Irene's Black Greek for that reason, because I have so many synonymous figs out here already that I don't want to add any more. It's one of the reasons why I'm removing some varieties. So this is Cadam Roja. And all these varieties I have on our website. I have a mystery pack on there too, which is cool. It's like 8 cuttings for $40. And I pick them, and they're usually all pretty good varieties. Like you're getting all good stuff. So I've been trying to mix it up this year. Okay, Socorro Black. Socorro Black was found in Socorro, New Mexico. So this tree is about done being pruned. I've pruned a lot of cuttings off of it. Hey Luba. Okay, so I'm gonna take this branch down here, and that's not gonna do me any good down here. And then let's see. Some of these branches I don't want to touch. This is just a little too thin. This one's probably, so most cutting vendors and sellers, this is fine. So this is about 6 to 7 inches long and decent size. This is probably the minimum that I'll ship right here, but I'm still not real happy with that size. I like this stuff like this a little bit bigger, but hey, this variety is going to be out of stock here pretty soon. Socorro Black. Okay, so you learn from your friend, your endocrinologist. This past year, dried figs is highly recommended for hot flashes for women. Still need to study the chemistry of it, but super fun fact. Yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff in figs. So much fiber too. I ate so many figs last year. Oh my gosh. I have unknown pastilier right outside of my window at my office at home, and I just walk outside and eat it right off the tree, and they are so good. So if you live in where you have the fig wasp, unknown pastilier is amazing. And usually when my customers come and try it for the first time, they're like blown away. So unknown pastilier, definitely. If you have the fig wasp, you should be growing it. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's a little acidic, just depending, I think, on the climate, the weather. But it changes, and it has a very distinct cherry flavor. Like, no doubt there's a cherry mixed in there down somewhere in the genetics. It's really bizarre. Only fig that really has that much cherry flavor. Tia Pena does, but not as much as unknown pastilier. This is Socorro Black. Okay, Socorro Black. You're welcome, Gary. I hope you enjoyed the video. I like spreading the knowledge that I learned from others. Because like 10 years ago, I didn't know anything. 12 years ago, probably. Hey, Chris. Yeah, real job. From corporate America to online, figs, all kinds of edible plants. What a change, right? Wearing boots. From tie to boots. All right. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Trust me. Have to have a will and a way. Take the chance. Okay, I know how to order for Violet Sepper. Violet Sepor. Okay, Violet Sepor. Okay, Cadam Mutante I got. This is Coral Black. Okay, so we need to do Cadam Mutante. Hey Jonah, hey Tomas. Thank you guys for joining. If you guys could give me some like thumbs up, some hearts, some likes, anything to show me that you're there, that would be awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. We're gonna go over to Cadam Mutante. Does everybody know about this variety? Like how crazy it is? It's wild. It was discovered by Carlos in Spain, Carlos Jimenez in Spain. He said it was a mutation of Cadam Noir, but no, it's a mutation of Cadam Blanc. So this tree has not reverted at all. This is my oldest tree, 7 or 8 years old. This tree has not reverted, but I have another tree that has, and the figs are yellow. It's just Cadam, and it's a delicious fig, but the stripes are missing. So there's always the possibility, and I think this needs to be more readily talked about, that when you buy chimeras, ramadas, they can revert back, and it's not the seller's fault. It's just nature. It just happens. So just keep that in mind whenever you buy, Martinica Ramada, Bordeaux Negro Ramada. All the Ramadas, they do occasionally revert. So you just have to remove those branches, and to help, that helps. So let's take a few. These are fat cuttings, oh my God. This is probably the max for these pruners. Okay. Here's one of my CDA trees. This thing is an absolute beast. There's probably 500 cuttings on this tree right here. My best producer, those are my girls. My best producer right here. That and Cali Candy. These trees are amazing. Okay, so we got our Cadam Mutante cuttings. Look at the shape of these. This is how I like the shape right here. Just like that. I don't need a ladder. See how these are all shaped out here? That's how I want them. So you have to do that when they're young. You got to prune them down low, maintain it for a while, and then they hold the shape. Then you don't got to really worry about it much. So Cadam Mutante. These are big fat cuttings. These people will be really happy with these. CDD Mutant. So if any of you have suggestions for other how-to videos, I know most of you on here are pros. Some of you are new, and I appreciate you. If you have any suggestions on some how-to videos, let me know what you think others could use in their toolbox. I'm going to do a grafting video for beginners next Friday, and I'll announce it. But I feel like it's so easy that everybody just needs to start trying it. Like Cadam Mutant, Roja, Bordeaux Grease. Everybody should learn how to graft. It's not hard. Gosh, it's... Okay, so Violet de Solis. Violet de Solis. I know I'm probably butchering some of these names, but I apologize to those who I offend with my bad pronunciations. So, Violet de Solis. I have some trees over here. Okay, Violet de Solis. What a great fig. Just needs to be more productive, and I think it'll just be in time. So let's go right here. Okay, Violet de Solis. Similar to Black Madeira. A little bit different flavor. Really delicious berry flavor. Violet de Solis. And I will look back at some of these comments later today. Hopefully I can see what the ones that I missed, because I will be leaving here in about 15 minutes, if that. Yes. Is CDD Blanc Negro the earliest? CDD or Sutat or Bordeaux-Tinka? Well, Sutat is the latest, because it's, let me make sure I don't mess this up. VDS, okay. Sutat is like a Hibernenca type, which means late winter. I think it used to be kind of known as an earlier variety, but I think it's fairly, I'm going to go ahead and consider it fairly late. Bordeaux-Tinka is definitely earlier. And Blanca Negra, the trees over here, it's kind of weird. It's I would say it's about along the same lines as Cadam Mutante, which would mean it is mid-season. You know, like mid-season, I would say. Let's see if I got over here. What was I getting? Oh, Dolce Caldera, that's right. Oops, sorry. This field here, this field out here, we have about 200 varieties, 200 trees. And I have room for like 25 at least. That I'm just kind of, I've got others growing that I'm going to trial out here. So, this is Dolce Caldera. Okay, what is the best way to reach you with questions outside of lives? Just message me, private message me on Facebook. That is the best method by far. I've really been trying to set aside time to talk with people, answer questions, since this is my job, right? So, I'm just going to make 2 cuttings. All right, look at these are 14 inches. All right, so this is Dolce Caldera. Lucas, thank you for joining. If you haven't yet, give me some thumbs up, some likes, some hearts, please. It just helps get me into the algorithm. Hopefully this reaches other gardeners that know nothing about figs, and they can learn something and keep figs relevant, because when we're gone, it's up to our children, right, to spread the fig love. Dolce Caldera. Okay, just a few more, and then we're going to wrap it up. If you guys have any other questions, you could ask me, and I'm going to be closing this live in about 5 minutes. Joalinor de Ponte. Oh, I know. I was going to show my nightmare tree. Oh, yeah, I got to show you guys my nightmare tree. Actually, let me show you a few nightmares. Okay. All right. I haven't shown anybody this stuff, so I'm not out here to impress anybody. So shit does happen. Okay, so here's an example of De La Caseta. Okay, this tree, you can see this janky ass pole I use, this wood. It's what is that, like a 1 or 2 inch pole, I had this upright last year, and it was steady and growing nicely. And I came out here. I don't know. I noticed late fall it was. You could see it's laying on its side. It all bent over. It was not heavy enough gauge to hold this tree up. So lesson learned. Those wood stakes don't work like that size. So I got to work on this one. I'm gonna have a friend come and we're gonna try to maneuver this tree back into place. It's gonna be challenging though. It's super heavy. It's like really dense. It doesn't even look that big on camera, but it's really thick. But it doesn't need to move right now. I don't even know how we're gonna move it. And then like here's one right here. Look at this goofball. So this is Andijan. Look how it like kind of fell over and grew weird a little bit. So it's growing all disoriented. But I come down here. And so like a lot of you, okay, so before we go, this isn't gopher cage, okay? So a lot of people are like, oh, gopher cages. You can see the wire. You know, is it gonna restrict, you know, this and that? They're not gonna grow well. No, this tree got like 20 feet in the air. It was massive, and I've been pruning it heavy. So that's a misnomer. Gopher traps, the roots go right through them. It's 1/2 inch hardware cloth, and I used a regular stake for chicken wire T-post. That was a fail. So that's an issue. And then another issue is this tree, Mutante. This guy, look how big this is. This is ridiculous. So this is my friend David. He's probably wondering I haven't called him. We have to chainsaw. This thing is rooted into the ground, probably into China. Like it's way down. It doesn't even budge. So we need to move this because it's way too close to this house. It's actually a guest room. Look at this. This is all bad right here. So what happens is you leave these in pots and they grab a hold of the ground, especially if it's constantly moist, and they grow like mad. Oh my gosh. So we have to remove this tree right here, this tree. I don't know why they don't look as big on here, but these are huge. These are very big, heavy trees that I want to replant them out here. So that's one of my projects here. In case you guys are wondering, like that, just see this fell over this tree, but I can't even move it. It doesn't even budge. So I need more than one guy. So one of my friends gonna come help me. But there's always something. You guys want to see something cool too? Grows with these curvy branches. Really, well, that one really shows it. But I think I pruned a lot of them already, but they very curvy. It's bizarre. All right, so let's see. Any other questions? Let me look real quick, and then I'm gonna end it. Thank you for watching, Jonah. Thank you. I appreciate it. These are my babies out here. That's for sure. All right, let's see. What figs do you recommend for Northeast? Closed dye varieties and early. Sometimes when I get asked this question, like the basic gold standard varieties, you need to have those mixed in with some of the rare stuff that's interesting and fun, maybe different flavors. But I'm just gonna give you like, let's go with like 8 off the top of my head. Pastilliere is one. Ronde de Bordeaux, Brunswick, Olympian, Floria, Yellow Longneck, maybe Hardy Chicago, Those are all really early closed eye varieties. Celeste is pretty good too. So as far as like the basic varieties that are proven, I really like all those varieties. Then you kind of get into the more rare stuff that is a little bit, you know, newer, more expensive, different types. Berry flavors, Verdino del Nord, Unghiarolo I sell. That's the one that has the fingernail on the fig. Each fig has a fingernail on it. It's just bizarre. CDA was successfully grown in zone 6, and it has been. So those are some good ones, definitely. I would consider growing. Natalino Fico Sereno is super early for big honey figs. And then like Princessa is really early too, is good. Bergen Unknown's pretty early. I hope some of those can help you. Hey Vinny, man, you missed it all. I'm just about wrapping it up. But just out here taking orders. Just out here, you know, just came live. Just want to share some of the trees and just, you know, how I cut everything fresh, every order. I'm out here today. Been out here every day, but today I really wanted to showcase some of these Catalan here. Oh wait, no, this is Catalan is right here. Pena, here is Manresa. We got a really goofy branch right here, a Napolitana Blanca, like this branch. So here's one of the issues with the gopher cages too, is you can't get down in there, right? Like, so some of you guys have other pests and stuff. We have gophers. So this branch goes all the way down. Oh, it connects right down there. So I could probably cut this. I'm going to, but look, it's just like, it doesn't belong here. So this needs to be cut. But gopher cages, so yeah, they go right through. This is an old tree right here. It's healthy. Big, thick branches. And yeah, Lampira. Oh, this is Incherio Preto. This is a Smyrna, fantastic variety. Princessa. One of my Zephyro trees out here. Yeah, just lots of, but yeah, I have about, here is what happens when a gopher gets a tree. They'll gnaw off the roots, and usually right here at the base, the gopher will eat that. This happened last year, and we tried to save it, but it didn't survive. So here's the hole, and look what a mess it is. So this is what you have to put up with. There's a gopher cage installed now. I put it in after it got eaten, but it's just all Bermuda. You can't. It's just very difficult, especially because we're organic. We can't spray anything. We don't have goats or anything. But anyways, yeah, that's that. So I definitely do have some. Yeah, Pellegrino is a good one. Good one, Mike. DePonte. That DePonte tree needs to be moved. That's going to be a nightmare. Dels or Matons. Let's just go get that cutting really quick. And then we'll wrap it up. If any of you guys have any other questions, feel free. If not, I'm going to go ahead and take this cutting. And we're going to wrap it up. Dels or Matons. Late variety, but really good. Really enjoy this variety. So it's about 1 foot long. Dels or Matons. I'll go over here and label it. That's why we always send out fresh cuttings. These will all be shipped out today. So after this, I'm heading home, eat, and then pack orders till tonight. That's just that's the process. But yeah, so Dels or Matons. So we'll label this, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, into the box it goes. I'm gonna take these home. And all right, well, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me today. A lot of you watched the live the other night. we're still working on orders from that, so thank you. It was great. We'll be doing a we're going to be doing a grafting video, live video Friday. Not this Friday, but the following. We'll announce it. I'm going to make it really easy. I want all the new people to learn how to graft. I think it would be highly beneficial to increase your chances with the cuttings that you buy. Like my go-to is grafting before rooting. So I feel like with some easy tools, you guys could do it. I'll kind of have, I think I'm going to do a little preview of the tools that you need, and maybe you could do it along with me. So kind of just, you guys have a cutting or two, and then the tools, and then we'll just kind of do a live video and try to get you guys going on that. But thank you all very much. You know, our website's profigusa.com. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to follow us. It's been great, and thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.